Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel of going through what it takes to be a beginner waterfowler, first time waterfowler, or just finding out more information about duck hunting. Everybody, including myself, can learn more and more about ourselves each and every day, and take some of the stuff that you learn from these series and apply them to everyday life for you. So Justin, I want to go out on my first duck hunt. What do I need? Well, today I'm going to go over a lot of those things. I'm going to go over the things that I wish I knew going into my first duck hunt, and to save yourself a little bit of stress, time, and effort, to be able to pack very light, pack very simplistic, and above all things, have everything you need to go out on that first hunt and try to be successful and not be limited by what you brought. So what I'm going to talk about today, a lot of it is going to pertain to if you're an early season hunter like myself, going into hunting in early September, middle September, because that's where I'm from, central Wisconsin, and that's the season that we have. We have an early teal season that starts September 1st and goes to the 9th, and then our regular big duck season opens shortly after that. Typically around the 24th-ish of September is when our big duck season opens. So with that said, I'm going to look at it from the light of what I would be doing to prepare for going out in central Wisconsin. Obviously, things might differ by you, but my main takeaway from this, guys, is to get you out there and have you not only be safe, understand the fowl that you're after, and make it as enjoyable and not be limited by everything you have around you. So the one main piece that I'll start with is, obviously, everybody knows you have to have a shotgun, right? That's kind of a big piece to the puzzle. When you are dealing with shotguns, guys, most often, we talked about this on the first one, is semi-automatic, open, safety's on, triggers right there. With duck hunting, you have to know your gun. You have to know if it's plugged or not. Some factory guns come with plugs in them, so you can only put 3 shells in the gun. That is a regulation across the states. You can only have 3 shotgun shells in your shotgun at any given time as you're shooting ducks. Main reason for that is, well, after that 3rd shot, the ducks are getting kind of far away, and you don't want to be shooting at ducks and crippling birds and not being able to find them, because we're not out there just to cripple things. We're out there to bring things home. So knowing your gun, most of them can be taken apart with the top screw here. You can verify that you have a plug in the shotgun. Most of them come with it already in. Some don't. It just kind of depends on the shotgun. Read your owner's manual that you have that comes with your gun so you know it fully, and that way you don't leave it up to chance. Beretta A300, those come factory plugged. You can't put anything more in them because, well, there's a breach in them and it doesn't go any farther. Other ones have a little plastic plug that goes in there, prevents the shells from going past 3 shells in the shotgun, and that's it. So know your gun. Obviously, this is the first piece of that puzzle. It's the shotgun. But after the shotgun, what's next? Well, you're going to have all these things. You're going to have shotgun shells. Steel, you have to have steel shot for ducks. You cannot have lead. So you have to buy steel shotgun shells. I'm not brand specific by any means. I have certain brands that I like over others. If you're just looking to get out there, Winchester, Super X, or Federal Blue Box will get you out there just fine. If you're looking for an all-around load of shotgun shell size of pellets that can get you on pretty much every duck early season, a 3-inch 6-shot steel can pretty much take out and harvest any bird in early season. They're not fully plumed out. They don't have all their adult plumage, so there's not really much to go through. So 6-shot, 5-shot, 4-shot, that kind of stuff is a shot size that I would pick. So obviously you need a box of shells. So you got your gun, you got your shells. Now what? Well, duck hunting, ducks are wet. They're in wetlands. You're going to need a shell pouch. So this shell pouch is by Shot of Gear. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I just call out people that I either know or support their products because I use them every day. Simple, plain, you get the point. But waterproof bag, take your shells, pour them in this bag. Basically, you just take the back thing here, twist it down, you're good to go, your shells are dry. Obviously, you're not going to want to carry this around with you everywhere, clunking around. So what's next step? Next step's going to be a blind bag. You can use a backpack. You can use many blind bags out there, but this one is waterproof. Again, from one of my sponsors that they support me, so I support them. True Dave, you'll see them a couple times in this video because, well, I use their products a lot. Take your shell bag, put it in your waterproof bag so you have your shells ready to go. Waterproof, waterproof, seeing a theme here. And you will be good to go with keeping your stuff dry. Now, with that said, that's not even the most important piece of the puzzle. What is the most important piece of the puzzle? Toilet paper. Toilet paper means so many things in the marsh because, well, if you don't have it and you gotta go, you're gonna wish you had it. For being in the marsh, taking care of business, that's the number one thing that's gotta go in the bag because, well, you wish you had it when if you don't have it. So make sure you have one of those with you. What I like to do with that is I will also put a small bag of Band-Aids and gauze along with that. Band-Aids, gauze, and toilet paper. You can do a lot of things if you accidentally hurt yourself in the marsh. Give yourself a little bit of first aid and then get out of the marsh, take care of the situation at hand so that you can, well, go back out and hunt again once you make sure that your fingers aren't going to fall off, especially this one. So your stuff is dry. You got your toilet paper, you got your Band-Aids, you got your shotgun shells, you got your gun. What are some of the other things that go into it? Some of the other things are very simple, but I'll go over some of them anyway. I'm going to assume that you guys all know how to dress yourself. Mama taught you that at a young age. So we're not going to go into how to put on your underwear. However, simple things for the marsh for camouflage. Early season, not everything is brown. Not everything is dried out in the marshes. A lot of stuff is green. So a lot of the time, here's my camo choices. I will use a green hoodie, or I'll use a sandstone or coyote colored hoodie, and that's my camo. I put that on with waders, and that's essentially it for early season because this stuff hides in the marsh without having all sorts of stuff to spend on camo. That gets you out there early season. But Justin, what if I want to go the rest of the year? Well, then you get into this stuff. Waterproof jackets and that kind of stuff. For those of you that know me, I'm not a brand guy. I have this in my hand because I got this for $60. Yes, for those of you that know what jacket this is not $60. But a waterproof jacket that keeps you dry. You can put it on if a storm is coming in. Keeps you out there longer. Wait out that little storm that's coming through. And keeps you out there to get on ducks if you're a couple ducks shy of your limit. To be able to stay out there and harvest those 2 ducks and stay comfortable in the process. So you got all that stuff. You have everything thus far up to the jackets and coats. What I typically will use is, well, you got to walk out there. And for those of you who have never walked in waders, well, if you got to walk any distance, you get a little swampy butt. And you don't want swampy butt, because if you have swampy butt, well, then you just don't want to stay out there long because you start to smell your stuff, get all stanky, got that stank on you, and you're not going to want that. So a good quality pair of boots gets you a long way, gets you good tread pattern, warm, comfortable, so on and so forth. Again, by True Dave. I wear their stuff because it's comfortable and I like it, not pressing it on you in any way, shape, or form, but I walk in a pair of boots that keep me comfortable. Once I get to the spot where I'm going to put my boat in the water and go out, or I'm going to walk in my waders into the marsh, that's when I put my waders on. Keeps you drier. You can sweat in a hoodie, and you can kind of dry off and stay dry the longest that you can, and then put those waders on and that kind of thing. That keeps you, well, comfortable, because you'll find out that the more comfortable you are doing all this stuff, you'll stay out there longer. So guys, let's continue to fill that backpack or fill that blind bag. What are the other things that you need? Yes, it's a lot so far, isn't it? This is just a piece of the small puzzle that is waterfowling. If you're a deer hunter or turkey hunter, or you've never hunted before in your life, deer hunting, turkey hunting, this stuff takes the cake as how much stuff you bring with you to duck hunt. So what else do you need? Well, you need one of these. Headlamp. This is a rechargeable one. I think they're called Head Buddies or something. Got them on Amazon. They come in a 2-pack, and there's a full LED string of lights in the front of this, illuminates your surroundings. When you're walking in the dark, it helps you figure out where you are, keeps you on the trails that you're going in to get to the water or what have you. And I always carry one of these along with me because, well, you want to see what's going on and you want to see how you're setting decoys before first light. Because rule number 1, if you're a new hunter, you don't get there at first light. You get there beforehand. We'll talk about that in a later video. So that goes in the bag. And then next, what do you think would go in the bag next, guys? Another headlamp. That is right. And you never bring one headlamp. Thought about that and did that a long time ago where you brought one headlamp and you get out in the marsh and you're like, oh, son of a bean, I forgot to charge the stupid thing. Or I didn't bring batteries. Well, if you have another fully charged one, you'll never run out of batteries and you can still see where the hell you're going. So the second one, that one goes in there too, guys. So what's the next step? Well, a couple things. This here is a duck lanyard. Has all your calls on it. If you're a new guy, new hunter, you don't need all this stuff. You need maybe one duck call. That's all you need to start off with. Don't fancy yourself getting into anything else because, well, you don't know how to do it yet. Learn how to do it and then buy all these $200 calls or $150 calls when you get better at it. Until then, one lanyard, one call, a whistle. Different ducks do different sounds. We'll get into that when we get into bird identification. But a whistle calls in different dabbling ducks that you might see in your area. So that would go on my lanyard as well. So we're going to put all that in here. And on your lanyard on the bottom, this is a tool, a product that I take a lot of pride in. The person that made it, David, he takes a lot of pride in it too because, well, he made it. He patented it. This is the finisher, the finishing tool. It is a choke wrench on the back to help tighten your chokes in your shotguns, but the most important thing on it is right here. So this is a hook beak type device, right? That looks like a pin. When you're hunting, if you have a crippled bird, all you have to do, take that bird's beak, bend its head up. This goes inserted into the back of the head, push down, twist a couple times, and you humanely take care of a crippled bird. Something that everybody should be doing. If you're not mounting birds, if you're not doing anything like that, utilize this finishing tool to take care of them in a humane manner. And well, it's just the right thing to do. And they're like 20 bucks. So support the dude, support local people, support people you see that are doing the right thing to help out, be humane, be ethical, and put it on your lanyard. So that goes in the bag too. So there's 3 things left that you would take with you. The last 2 items, they are going to go into your blind bag because, well, they're important to have on you. This right here is a very important piece to me. This came with my waders from True Dave. It comes with a couple other companies as well. But this holds 6 shells ready to go, okay? And if you're a right-handed shooter like myself, I put this right on my waders right here. I always have 6 shells ready to go, plus the 3 that are in my gun. And as I'm shooting at birds, if I have a bird that's on the water that's not dead, I want to take care of cripples humanely and quickly. So how I do that is when I have a bird on the water, I pull one of these out, throw that 4th shell into my gun after I've taken and shot the other 3. Boom. Taken care of, done, dealt with. That bird is humanely taken. And yeah, you do the right thing in the moment because you don't want animals to suffer. That should be a big part of you being a hunter, is being ethical along the way and taking care of the animals that, well, need to be taken care of because we're trying to harvest them. And if you had a bad shot or something like that, you want to have a good follow-up shot to make sure that that animal is taken humanely. The last piece in my bag, earplugs, hearing protection. What? Hearing protection. What? Yes, hearing protection. Yeah, that's right. I'm 40 something and I didn't use these growing up being a duck hunter because I was stupid. And if there's now any background noise when I'm having conversations with people, and if for those of you that know me, if you've ever talked to me one-on-one and my response is, yeah, I didn't hear a damn word you said. So utilize these guys when you are younger. These are from Walkers, many different companies out there. These are noise canceling. They can enhance sound when you need this sound enhanced, but also when you're shooting, they're canceling out that noise. If you can't afford something like this, some of them run $100, some of them run $150. You can spend all the way up to companies I won't name because they're very expensive, but you can get away with just a pair of earplugs. If it helps save your hearing protection, do so, or your hearing that is. Make sure you're taking the time. It takes 2 seconds to put in a pair of earplugs. You can save yourself a world of grief going forward when you get older and you can't hear anything. You hear that? Okay, good, you're still there. If you're hearing things now, you want to keep that. Keep it as long as you can, believe me. It is a beautiful thing to be able to hear. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I wish I could hear, I can't anymore. So make sure these are part of your blind bag, and yeah, give your hearing a fighting chance into your 50s, 60s, and 70s by protecting your hearing when you're shooting 12-gauge shotguns. The last most important piece of the puzzle as well is going to be, well, a pair of waders, chest waders. Why not hip waders, Justin? Because when you go in the marsh, guys, you're going to want to have chest waders because your hip waders get you about 3 steps in, and you're going to regret that decision from day one. Always go with a good pair of waders. These are the True Dave Aqua Shield waders. Plenty of different ones out there. These have good boots, good tread on them. That's why I utilize them, like the products, like I said before. But this is everything that I would use if I was just getting into duck hunting. Now, a lot of you might look at a lot of this stuff and be like, holy crap, he didn't even talk about decoys. He didn't even talk about having a blind or a decoy bag for that matter. Yep, you're right. I forgot that part. Apologize. But before we get into the decoys and the decoy bag, yes, it's a lot to start duck hunting. This is the fairly cheap and expensive pile of stuff just to get you started. So when you're getting into this stuff and you're getting into being a waterfowler, find little things that you can do to cushion the blow on how expensive this stuff can be. I tell people all the time, if you're a waterfowl person that wants to get into waterfowling and you just want to try it, find a friend that has all this stuff first and tag along a little bit. See if it's something you're going to want to do. Once you understand, like, heck yeah, I love this stuff, I want to do this, then go on Facebook Marketplace. Find inexpensive decoys from people that gave up, people that just don't want to do it anymore. You can find very inexpensive stuff on there to get you out there for pennies on the dollar. And then once you get to the understanding of, I need this or that, then go buy those big purchases. Buy the Sitka jacket, buy the whatever the brand is that you want to wear that keeps you warm, keeps you dry, not because it's a fashion statement. Buy the things that work for you. When you have those things, it'll be so much easier in the marsh for you because you're dry, you're comfortable, and you kind of know what you're doing. Oh, and you can hear. That's a big part too. So until the next one, guys, take all this stuff with a grain of salt, but apply pieces to the game of waterfowling that you see fit. And when you get to the point where you have all these things, then that next step is that decoy bag. And then when you get to the point where you're ready to buy the decoys and the decoy bag you can get for 20 bucks, fairly inexpensive, something to throw on your back. Grab one that has straps so you can get it on your back if you have to walk in. If you got a kayak or something like that, you can throw it on the floor of your kayak. But aside from that, you can start off with a dozen decoys that you bought on Facebook Marketplace. Make sure they have lines on them and weights. We'll get into that in later episodes as well. But that's really all you need. Dozen decoys, a bag, blind bag, shotgun pouch, shells, shotgun, waders, boots, ammo, calls, all that stuff. Yes, it's a lot. But if you understand how to utilize each piece, you can build your setup how you want and how you hunt. There's people that just field hunt. You don't need some of this stuff. But if you're a water hunter and you're hunting in marshes and that kind of thing, yeah, you need a decent setup. And you have to have the ability to get all this stuff out there. So whether that's a garden cart or something like that that you've planned along the way, or if it's just a walk-in spot where you can get close to the trailhead where the water is and walk in with your waders on. Every time you go out, it's a lesson. Take what you learn from each hunt and apply it going forward, and you'll be a well-rounded duck hunter before you know it. So until the next one, guys, appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do. Go on there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, and let us know what we're doing right in the comments below. And some of the questions we get in there, we'll answer along the way. Hit us up on our podcast too. We have a podcast on Spotify, and you can see some of the stuff that we have, or hear some of the stuff that we have there, because you guys still have your hearing, because you're wearing hearing protection when you're out in the marsh. And until the next one, take care, guys.